Trending stars.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to this very special edition of our Trending Star. I'm very excited to have Maskal all the way from the US. He's back in the country. I don't know after how many years. I'm very excited to just get to hear what he's been doing in the US. Is the music still coming? Why is he back in the country? All those questions. And whatever you're thinking, I'm probably going to ask him. My name is Priscilla Kaira Ansane. Please stay right there as we interact and get to know who the Maskal, that is the 2024 we are in right now. Who is he and what his plans are? Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it as well. How are you doing, firstly?
Oh man, I'm doing good.
Jet lag?
Jet lag, but it is what it is. We're here. I'm excited. It's been a long time, and just to be where you're really from, it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the whole of this week, I was asking people that have been following you, when do you think Maskal left Malawi? So we had a lot of debates where people were like, okay, he left in 2009. No, he couldn't have left in 2009 because Udalile came out in 2010. I'm like, okay, oh no, he left in 2013. So we had 2009,
yeah.
2013, 2012.
Right.
When did you leave Malawi?
All right. So I left. I think in 2014,
Okay,
and then I had to come back.
I see.
And then I left again 2016.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So I think that's knowledge that a lot of people didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't know. I think even when I was living, I didn't really, like a lot of people they didn't know. I'm not. I don't like. I'm too private.
I see.
Yeah. So.
We could tell that you are.
Yeah, I just left and people were like, oh man, we just heard it, you're not here. I said, oh yeah, I'm not, I'm gone. I'm gone. You should have told us. You should have told us. So you're coming back? I said, I don't know. I just need to, I just wanted to really like find myself a little bit more.
I see.
Sometimes when you're doing music, especially when you're surrounded by pretty much everybody, you forget who you really are, and it's important to know who you are before you try to understand what other people are, especially as an artist. When you present yourself who you are to people, they will love you more. You know what I mean?
So would say that your reasons for leaving the country to relocate to the US of A, was it that you wanted to relocate initially, or you just went there to test the waters, or maybe you just went there to visit a friend? What was the actual reason for you to leave Malawi?
I think it was more of like to reset my mind, to reset everything. I reached to a point where I was not having fun, anymore. Like to be an artist, to step on a stage, and we are in attendance, So when you're on the stage, you're trying to do music, and you're trying to deliver something for people, like we, and if you're not doing it really good enough, and if it's not coming out of you, then you're not doing anything.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just think I had to step away a little bit, and just trying to work on who I really am. There's Maskal and there's Masie. So I was like, I think there's too much Maskal right now. Masie is just a little bit, so I need to work on Maskal, so Masie, so that Maskal can be better.
Okay. So that's not the story that I heard. People used, not people used to say. The rumor has it that you found someone very special in your life, and then this special person is not Malawian. They are American. So you decided to follow them to America. Is this rumor true?
No. When I was going there, actually, I think I was going through some, personal, issues. And going there, it was nothing to do with nobody.
Okay.
There was nobody. And I remember when I was going there, uh, I had uh, I had some friends who were living there, and I was like, man, there are people here that's doing a wedding, and they want to do a surprise. He's your number one fan. I want to do a surprise here, and they want you to come here and do this, like a wedding for these people. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I can come there. But then at the same time, I was also thinking like, I think this has to be my last event to like really reset. Yeah. So when I was going there, I was already dealing with, like some relationship issues that
Okay.
I just had. Uh, yeah,
To go away for
yeah.
a bit.
So
Okay.
I thought like I had to reset everything. So there was nothing. I was like, let me go away from here. Let me just be somewhere where I can be myself. I
Yeah, you're
cannot do
meeting new
music
people,
anymore.
new environments,
Yeah.
everything. Okay.
So it was I was in a place where I could go outside and nobody call my name.
Okay.
I was like just a nobody. So I thought that that really helped me a lot to understand who I am.
Who Masia
Yeah.
is. Okay. So because you did not leave the country because of this very special person that does not exist.
That does not exist. I heard a lot of
Maybe
stories,
just to
man.
be.
Like people,
But that's the story that got around
yeah.
more often. Okay,
No,
he has
yeah,
left the country. All right. So, is there any special person in your life currently?
yeah,
Amazing. All right. So obviously, yeah, you did meet someone special when you went there.
yeah. I think when I went to the U.S., I think it was more of like I wanted to be a new person, everything new. I didn't want to involve myself with. I just didn't want the image that was coming, just like okay, Maskal.
Okay.
But then everything that was coming, some of it that you just people were just talking, like you're
Okay.
just saying,
Yeah.
something that was not even true. It was kind of hurtful because that's not me.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Maybe before we get further into it, what sort of image did you think that your fans and also people that knew you had of you before you decided that you wanted to leave to go and discover yourself?
I think it was mixed. I think it was mixed. It was more of like people who know me, even right now, people who know me, they know who Masia and who Maskal is. But people who don't know me, they have their own image. But no, we live in a life full of opinions, so you cannot change.
Yeah.
But still, we're humans.
Yeah.
There are some things that can still, impact you, but that's not how I want people to know me. You cannot control it, but it still be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And also being an artist and a celebrity.
and also be an artist and a
That was a
celebrity.
lot.
Like people will just write something.
Yeah.
Be like, oh man, let's just write this because this can sell.
Yeah. But I should appreciate during the time that you were very big, social media and the digital space wasn't all that big.
No.
This is when we could say that a lot of people can have an image of somebody based on the things that other people write. But
So-
during that time, don't you think that it was easy during that time to control the narrative and like how it is today?
No, I actually right now it's easier than then
Okay.
because like you say, like people didn't know when I left.
Yes.
Because there was no enough social media, and
Yeah.
also I don't really spend much time on the social media. So if it was now, people would know because they were like, oh, I think he's somewhere else. Oh, I think he's. Actually, other people they thought I was in the UK.
Okay.
Other people thought I was like in the US. Other
Okay.
people, but I don't spend much time on the social media because for me, I feel like I need to be in an environment where I should be able to control what's within me
Yeah.
and within my surrounding.
Yeah. I think it's
So-
also human nature. As
Yeah.
human beings, we like to feel like we are in control of
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
The moment you don't feel like you're in control, you
You
spiral.
lose it.
Yeah, exactly.
You go crazy and
Yeah.
you start doing something that is not you.
Exactly.
And the worst thing in life is to do something that is not you. you know, because that's a greatest lie. You know, the greatest lie in life is not me lying to you. No, it's to lie to myself. If I lie to myself of who I'm not, that's the greatest lie that I'm doing to myself, and that means I'm not even lying. I'm not even loving myself. You know, so
Yeah.
I think right now I can say social media has really, it has helped a lot, but it has also uh, hurt a lot of people who cannot really understand it.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So thank you for the clarification. So you went to the US twice, I would say. You left in 2014, came back, and left in 2017.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. So we have that out of the way. I thank God. So none of you guys were correct, actually. 2009, 2012, 2000. I personally have no idea.
Yeah.
I had was like 2008 or something. That's a long time ago. So when you went to the US, let's talk about the life there now. For someone that has just decided to, I would say, start something afresh and
Yeah.
new. It's a very difficult, and I would say that you're very bold to do that decision. When you went to the US, how was life like in the very first year that you were there? And I do understand that from the things that we see on television, personally, I've never been to the US.
Right.
We can tell that things are hard there.
Right.
The life is not as sweet and rosy we
Right.
see on movies and television.
Right,
How
right.
was your life like, and what did you get yourself into when you went to the US?
Well, I think I was up for the challenge. That's the
Okay.
first thing. I knew that I was going to do something that I've never done before. Probably like, because you know, like my whole life I've been, you say the business, or I've been music. So
Okay.
that to just say that okay, I'm gonna do, because I went there and I started from zero, just like everybody else, you know. So I went there.
No relatives
I have.
whatsoever?
I have
Or
my
you have
cousins.
relatives
Yeah, I have
there?
my
Okay.
cousins. Kenori, I don't know if you heard him.
Okay, no.
DJ Kenori, that is my cousin.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I've never heard
Yeah,
of it.
so I really started from zero because, you know, the sometimes the shortest route to where you're going is to start over.
Yes.
You know, I feel like a lot of people, they they will try to force the situation that they're in, thinking that it can get better. You know, so they will be wanting to still be in the very same situation. You know, holding on to something that is really hurting them, something that is not making them move forward. So I think the best way in life is to start over, because when you cut your situation right now and start over, I think you can get where you're going a little bit faster, because maybe the situation that you're in right now is the situation that is not making you go to your final destination. Yeah, so I thought of like, you know, I need to start over. I need to start from zero and move from one step at a time.
One step at a
Yeah.
time.
And
Did you get yourself a job? What
Yeah,
sort of job were
yeah,
you
yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Was it because you needed to start over?
yeah,
You know.
I did what everybody else does, regardless of
Hustle.
who they are.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember there were times that I was actually crying. I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know, like I was like, what am I, what is this? What, like to see, like that I left a situation where everybody knew who I was, and I was getting some kind of, you know, when everybody know who you are, you kind of have some benefits that comes along with it, and some
connections,
things
yeah.
that doesn't come along with it. But then to leave all of it, to just say I'll just be Masia, because that's what I wanted to be. Like I just wanted to be me. I'll get hurt, and I would then understand who I really am. There were times I remember when I was here that I could have people call me on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. People just would call me, hey man, muy good. I tend to come anymore. You know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I could have my phone ringing every time. But from Monday to Friday, nobody calls me.
So were you
You know what that
tired of
means?
being Maskal?
Yes.
Were
So
you
what that
tired of being a
meant was,
celebrity?
yeah, what that meant was I had a lot of weekend people. it's okay.
Yeah.
You can have weekend and weekdays, people, but you gotta have some sense of balance. Because when you have a lot of weekend people, most of those people they cannot remember the conversations that you had because most of the time you just having fun. But when you have a lot of weekend people, weekdays people, a lot of them they're in the offices. They're talking business. They're talking about things that can uplift them,
Yeah.
things that can help them, be better people. But if you don't have enough of those people that they're talking with in a sober mind, then you have to work yourself how many friends or what kind of friends you have so that you can have more that they can help you grow. Life is about attaching yourself with more people
Yeah.
who can help you grow. There are more people who can help you have fun.
Trending stars.
Okay. So the whole celebrity lifestyle, you just got tired of it.
Yeah, it was too much. I felt like I was actually even surrounded by people who I felt like they never really
Loved you.
loved me as me. So
Okay.
I kind of like wanted to, because if I find people who are calling me to say they want to talk to my CA, you know, you feel okay. Let me see like your situation, right? Like people know you,
Yeah.
right? But sometimes you will get tired when people just call you because of what they've said on Instagram or what you say,
Yeah.
hey man, I have a life. Like after this, there's another me.
Yeah.
You know? And sometimes I want people to go out with, like you say, oh, I'll go swimming with people here.
Yeah.
And I don't think you come here with those people
No.
who know. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You come here with people who know you
Yeah,
as you.
exactly. Yeah.
So you need a lot of those people. They're gonna help you. They know when you're wrong. They can criticize you. They can correct you. They can get you to a better place.
All right. That's interesting. It's very rare to find someone to accept and say, okay, I got into this lifestyle, but I think now it's getting too much. Let
Yeah.
me take a step back.
Right. Yeah.
I think for most people, it's I got into this lifestyle. The bigger, the better. You get what I mean? So I'm very happy to hear your story and also to hear that you just wanted to find who you were as an individual, not necessarily who Maskal, the artist, and
Right.
together with the fame that comes with it, who you were during that time,
Right.
which is amazing.
Yeah, and another thing just to add on that is like, this is how I believe. I have my own belief.
Yes.
We are overcomers. We need to overcome everything in
Yeah.
life,
Yeah.
right? So anything that comes to me, if I cannot overcome it, it will overcome,
You.
and then it will kill me.
Yeah.
You look at everything. You look at money. If you cannot control money, it will control you, and then it will kill you, right? If you look at emotions, if you cannot control your emotions,
Yeah.
they will control you, and they will kill you. Anger. A lot of people they get in trouble because of anger. If you cannot control your anger, it will control you, and then at the end of the day, you might do something that will end up killing you. So you gotta be in a position where you find yourself as balanced as you can. You know,
Okay. Currently, we are seeing a lot of the youth in the country. Have you just been following Malawian news when you're in the US? Do you follow?
yeah,
Or?
I do.
Yeah.
I follow really a lot, but like I say, I'm a man. I'm a competitive person. It's just like people. You don't look like that,
Yeah.
but I'm really a competitive person. I like competing, and I love. I don't like losing. And when I look at, like, I see a lot of, there's a lot of good things coming, but I haven't really wanted to get much more involved in what has been because I had my own things that I also had to deal with.
Aspirations.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So currently, the economy has been very unstable for quite some time. So most of the youth, they feel like leaving Malawi, going outside in search of greener pastures is the best decision and best idea.
Right.
As someone that has had a best of both worlds, being in the country and decided to move, to find yourself. I would also say in the finding of yourself, in search of other greener
Right,
pastures.
right, right.
Is it something that is worth it, in your own opinion? Is it something where you can sit down and advise someone to tell them, I would say go for it, or I would say, I don't think you're ready for it. What is your opinion regarding someone coming to you telling you that they wanna relocate or move to a different country?
Um, uh, well, I think it depends, you know. Uh, you know, everyone has a gift, and uh, the gifts are different.
Yeah.
You know, they say where there is your gift, let there be your heart also. But also, you have to also know where you are planting your gift, right? So, not everyone is. I think the first thing that people have to understand is you have to figure out what you are, you know, and what you're good at, or this is now to all the youth, you know. Not everyone can be an artist. Okay, right now with the way the technology and everything, everybody can be an artist, but you cannot fulfill who you really are if that's not your calling. That's not where you're supposed to be.
Okay.
It's like when you're doing something that you were born, that you're created to do, it's easy. You know, like you don't have to work really hard
Yeah.
for you to get it,
Yeah.
right? And I think for me, I really understood that when you have talent, like I know that I'm an artist. When you have it, you have it. And people, whatever I do, like I do my music, people are gonna feel it
Yeah.
because it's my gift. But then, it's not only that. You have to find a place where you can plant your gift and then it can grow. You know, there's somewhere in the Bible they say, I don't know, I'm not, I'm not talking about religious. I know there are a lot of people that have different beliefs, but people were planting the seeds on different places.
Okay.
There's some seeds they were on a rock. They didn't grow
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
There's
So
another
others
seed.
threw them in the
Yeah,
sand.
in the
And,
sand.
yeah.
They just started and it died.
Yeah. They
There's some
weren't being watered.
but there's some they planted them on a really good place and then they.
Was watering them.
So you have to find yourself in a place where you can grow.
Okay.
But now that also means like you surround yourself with good people. You know, people who will help you be better,
Okay.
who can help you grow, who can help you understand who you are,
Yeah.
who can help you grow.
Okay.
So it's all about like all the youth. You have to understand. Even if you go anywhere, if you cannot understand who you are, you can still be the same.
Yeah. All right. So let's now get into Maskal, the musician. You decided to leave and discover who Masie is. So you left Maskal to chill for a bit because Maskal has been chilling.
Yeah. Right.
Maskal was chilling, chilled to the point where we're like,
What's going on?
What's going on? So how did you continue to nurture your talent when you were in the US? Seeing that you were not putting out music, we did not hear anything from you. We just thought, Sinanga Ferdinand Vazogudi, you found someone special there. Life is good, and you're like, this is the life now I want. Some of these things, they can stay. But during the time, because you have a gift, how have you been nurturing your talent to the point where you were like, I think let me get back in the studio?
You know, music doesn't lie to you. You know, you don't like every time. Like when you have a gift, it stays with you until I don't know until it still stays with you. So
Yeah.
I knew that music is gonna be with me, but me, if I cannot find me, then I would die.
Okay.
You know, there are a lot of actually, a lot of artists who like I say, like if you cannot find that sense of control, that same fame is gonna control you, and then it will kill you. You understand? So it's about control. So like I'm a writer. I'm always writing. If I can really give you a book of what I write or what I've been writing, it's really a lot. But still, I was like, when I know, I would know. Like I was just telling myself that I would know the time to do this, because every time, even my music, I've always felt it. Like I think right now is the right time to do it. You know, you feel it. You know, like if you're an artist, if you like it, like everything that you do, you feel it. You know, you have a sense of knowing what to do,
Okay.
when to do, who you have to do it with.
Okay.
So me, I'm not in a rush. Like I've never been in a rush. Like I could be in a place where I see people that don't like my music, or they don't like what I am or as a person or what. My understanding is it's okay.
Yeah. You know
Because-
what I'm getting?
Yeah.
The vibe I'm getting? The confidence.
Yes.
The
It's-
confidence
yeah.
in just saying that, well, I can stop making music, but if I release, you're gonna listen to the music.
Yes.
So you knew that your space was still being kept, whether you left it or not. Your space was still there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just to add on that is, you know, there's a lot of artists like here, but me, I don't know, maybe because I'm an artist, but I look at every artist, they're different, because our gifts are different. Like me, I cannot do better than anybody else.
Okay.
Most artists, they are really better,
Yeah.
you know, but I'm better at what I do.
You're great at what you do.
You know, yeah. So I don't look at what someone else is doing and be looking at, man, if I can get that, I can be really better. No.
So tell me, how have you noticed the change in yourself from the Maskal that was releasing Udarire to the Maskal that has
Yeah.
just released?
I think right now I feel I found myself a little bit more.
Okay.
And I feel like I pay much attention to what I write. And I think that's another thing that is the difference with me is what I write, because music is deep. You know, music is not just music. People just take it for simple, you know, like. But music is deep. We are messengers.
Yeah.
You know, and you just talk about the youth.
Yeah.
You know, if they look at me, you need to know that there's someone who is paying attention to what I'm doing every day, and they want to be like me. You understand? So if I'm doing something that is not making someone better, then I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
You know, so I like right now I notice like even what I have to sing, what I have to write, what I have to present is something that can make someone's life better.
Okay.
Yeah, so my music has to inspire. My music is already is, but it has to be more. You know, it has to make people like, okay, man, you know.
Yeah.
what
Because
I've
back
been
then
through.
you used to sing more of love songs. Now we can still get the love
Yeah.
songs vibe, but what you're trying to say is you just want to make music for life,
Yes.
so to say.
It's still the same. You can inspire people to understand love more. You know, you can inspire people to not give up, right? You can inspire people to love each other more.
Yeah.
You know, you can inspire people to know that, with this age that we're living in, it's different than before.
Yeah.
You know, I think right now as the youth, they're going through a lot when it
Yeah.
comes to relationships
Yeah.
because of social media
Yeah.
and a lot of stuff. So there's less trust issues. There's more trust issues right now
Yeah.
than before, and that's, as artists, that's what we have to really focus on. How can we help? No, you cannot help people, do whatever they want, but how can you just get that issue, you know, to make sure people, when they're listening to your music, they have to know that, you know, sometimes it's about who you have,
Yeah.
not the surrounding.
Trending stars.
Speaking of relationships, let's get into the musical relationships that you have with different artists. Back in the day, Maskal and Pixie, you guys were like the perfect duo, our boys two men
Right.
in Malawi. You left the country. Pixie has still been in the country. He has found himself and matured in his music.
Right.
Right now, he's one of the best artists we have in the country.
Right.
When you look at him and when you compare yourself, if you were still in the country, do you think you would have had the same effect that Pixie has right now for yourself? That's also just if it was.
Yeah.
Do you think that the things that Pixie has achieved so far, you could have also done the same?
No,
Okay.
because we're different artists. I think if I look at it that way, then I'll become jealousy, and I'll be looking at him like, oh man, well, he has this, I'm supposed to have that as well. So I see, you know, he's really like, yeah, he's done
Really well for himself.
really well,
Yeah.
and he has his, like the audience and the
Yeah.
people who really follow him and say,
His niche.
this
yeah.
is his music, we love this, you know. So his side of success has nothing to do with anybody but him, and where he's going with his music has nothing to do with me, you know, or what I, if I was here, it would have been different. I think he would have been doing everything the same what is going right now. Maybe it would have been far or maybe less, but I wouldn't have taken anything away from it.
Yeah.
You know.
How is your relationship with him right now? Because you're about to perform together.
Yeah.
Just
Oh.
tell us, were you guys still in touch?
Yeah.
How is your relationship and your friendship wise? How is it?
It's really good.
Amazing.
When I left here, like I said, I wanted to take a break from everything. So I was not talking to a lot of people, even artists.
Okay.
Yeah, you can, I think if you ask a lot of artists, they'll tell you, I started really connecting with a lot of people like maybe 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
But you can say like out of like maybe 7 years.
Okay.
I just wanted to cut everything. I was not listening to music.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh.
like now is when I'm starting to really like look at, you know, music. I was talking to like Onesmus, was like, man, I was listening to your music.
Yeah.
Man,
Okay.
good music. You know, it's because I haven't been, because if I was listening to music when I left here, I think my mind would still be
Stop.
here.
Okay.
My mind would still be, I need to do music. I would have had maybe 4 albums. Right, but I had to cut it. I remember I met this other guy. He was asking me like, how did you manage, man? Like how are you like here? You just like a nobody here. Like why? What are you doing? I said I just want to be me.
Okay.
You say, how? No, do you know how many people will actually just let Maskal just go like that if they were them? Like you cannot just let you
That
just
big
build yourself like
brand,
you're
yeah.
just on top, and you can just let yourself out like that. I said, if this was meant for me, it will still stay.
Yeah. So after 7 years, who was it and what is it that made you return to connecting back to your roots, to your music, and to the friendships that you had?
Yeah, so I remember there was a time, I don't know what happened. I was talking to BFB. So we were talking. So before I left here, I was about to put up an album.
Okay.
That was 2016, 15. I was writing an album. I was about to put up an album. So I went to BFB's studio. That was 2016, and then we started just playing around with the, you know, some music. He played the beats and everything. So we were doing it. We had some good things.
Yeah.
And then I left. And then I was just catching up with him. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I was just catching up with him. And he was like, man, you know, do you remember we did something? I was like, I remember, but I cannot remember. Man, listen, I'm gonna send you this. And then he sent me something. Then there was one of the songs there was You Get There.
Yes.
So he said, man, there's a chorus here, man. It's a nice chorus. This is so touching. This is a nice song. And, you know, and then we started talking. And then I was like, I think the way this song is, I think Gwamba can touch, can jump, can
be the perfect person.
yes, to do this. You know, producers,
Yeah.
they can have
an ear
something
for
and they
it.
can put, yeah. So it's like, oh, are you sure about that? I say, yeah. So me and like I say, all these artists, even Gwamba, we've been talking much.
Okay.
And then he said, okay, let me talk to him. I was like, are you sure? Are you sure he can do something with me? I haven't been doing anything for a long time. He said, yeah, he can do it. And then they talked to him, and he's a good guy.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, let's do it. Right? So for me, I think for much thanks to him, Gwamba as well, you know, like to say, okay, you know, let's do this without looking at, okay, he hasn't been active in the industry for a long time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, they'll be like, he cannot help me
Yeah.
with what I want to do because I haven't been in the industry for a long time. But he just wanted to do music. Like me, I'm a person who, I don't look at who that person is for me to do a song with him.
Okay, I see.
No, if you have to look at, before I left, like all the songs I've done with people, I was not judging them. If I was to be judged when I was doing my music, I wouldn't have made it. You know, we're going to go there, but when I started music, I didn't start music with money at all. I made it because of love. People loved me. You know, even where I am right now, because people loved me.
Yeah.
It was not because I was good financially, you know. So I always look at the up and coming artists. I'll say, well, what you have? And right now I've had a lot of youth. They come to me and they say, man, I have this. The first thing I tell them is like, man, if it's something that I'm not like, it's not good enough, I say, man, listen, you say that you work hard or you find something else to do. Because music, everybody will feel like it's something that we're supposed to do because it's entertainment.
Yes.
Right? So they feel like, oh, I feel like I know how to do this. I love this or what. No, yeah. You love it because it's entertainment. But it's not really what you're supposed to do. It's not your calling. Find something else to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is just a lot of artists and the part is really like small and everybody to piss in there to feed your family. I realized that it was not enough for me when I had my daughter here. I was like, this is not enough.
My daughter deserves a lot.
Yeah?
My daughter deserves a lot.
Yeah. I was having a show one weekend and it was like, I don't have nothing. And I was like, I think, you know, when you introduce people, like especially like kids, you gotta be able to support them really good. But also, they're your role model, so they have to see you doing something that you can be telling them that this is the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they don't have to look at you as an embarrassment.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would say that BFB is the one that poked the bear.
Yeah, he
BFB,
came and
thank
he
you
was
so
like,
much.
yeah,
He's the one
do
that poked the bear.
Yeah, it's like,
All right.
let's do this. And I was like, oh, you know, let's. And then I you know, I had a lot of, you know, love from all these artists, you know, and I have a really like good relationship with a lot of artists here, and I really like, I feel blessed to be in that situation.
Yeah. We feel blessed to even have you in the industry. You haven't forgotten who you are. You haven't forgotten your talent. You have given us 3 gems in 2021, 2022. You released some good music. That's when we're like, this guy is really there.
Right.
Okay, he still got it. And also just your sound has not changed at all.
Right.
It's like you never left.
Yeah.
Especially with the song Samadziwa. I was like, this is the Maskal that we all missed. And
Right.
we're so happy rather that you're back. So currently that you have this big show legacy, before we get into the main question that I've been wanting to ask, just tell me, how was it like Ndefeyo Entertainment? That was, I think, was it the first big record label
Yeah.
that the Malawi industry had, and it had you, Pixie, Onesmus. Who was in that record label? Who else was it, if you remember correctly? And how
Who
were
else? You
yes,
say, I think there was on the later stages there was
not during your time?
my time.
Yes,
Yeah, I think those True Male and Bucci.
Bucci.
And I
How?
think there was some, but I cannot remember because I think on that other when I left, there was still other artists coming in and going. So I'm not sure, but I think there was still some. But those are the ones that I can just
Yeah.
get them out of my
Was that
head.
your first record label to be signed under?
Yeah.
How were your working dynamics then? When you look at it, and also maybe just the little glimpse of the things and the experience maybe you have had in the US, if you were to compare it then with the record label that you had.
I think it was really like organic, and it was the perfect combination between people who wants to grow, you know. And I remember in the beginning when we started talking, when I approached them and said, yeah, let's do this. This is what I am. I'm not a promoter. This is not what I'm good at. And I know you guys, you're good at this side. And let's work.
Okay.
And then
Boom.
we take it. We kept going and we took over.
Yeah.
But it was all about like, understanding. It was about respect. It was about direction,
Yeah.
commitment. Yeah, so.
You can tell even the people that were in that record label now, you can tell that they were groomed very well.
Right.
Bucci, Pixie, I don't know about True Mill, I've never heard
Yeah,
of it.
Truman was real different.
Yeah.
I think he was really like reggae. But so sometimes it's what you believe in and where you want to go.
Yeah.
So I don't know what really happened, but he was a good friend though. I know him really well from even when I started music.
So we have the Legacy Show. The Legacy Show, Pixie, Onesmus, and yours truly, Maskal. The first question will be, how did they convince you to come back to the country to perform after so many years?
Yeah.
Firstly. And secondly, is it the comeback of Maskal,
Right.
or is it a throwback of just trying to reconnect with your fans?
Wow.
What is it that you aim to achieve afterwards?
Uh,
So those are three questions I've asked. I
Yeah.
just realized.
well, so me and Ndefeyo never cut relationship.
Okay.
We were still we
Are you
really
still signed under Ndefeyo?
no, but we
Because you might not know.
yeah, no, but then we were still talking. Me and Kumbo, the
Yeah.
other guy, we talk pretty much every week, every day over there. Like, we help each other something outside music.
Okay.
When it comes to music, we talk things, personal things. Zizwa, good person, the same. So we never cut the relationship. But it wasn't, sometimes in life, you gotta understand, the situation that you're in and how you have to deal with it. Sometimes it can be the moments that happens for you to just cut whatever you're going through, so that maybe everybody can understand who they are without each other.
Okay.
Sometimes prevention is better
Than
than
cure.
cure.
Yeah.
So I thought that maybe that kind of helped a lot of things for us to still keep the relationship,
Okay.
other than maybe holding on to still be maybe
Yeah.
something real bad would have happened to the point that we wouldn't be talking anymore.
Yeah.
But we talking and most of my projects that I've actually done right now, they have helped me.
They've also been going through in Ndefeyo.
Yeah,
So low key, you're still outside.
Yeah, like Samadziwa and
Yeah.
some of the songs, they will actually help me some ideas how to
Okay.
deal with it. But that's the love that we have for each other. They're like, okay, there's this guy, we talk to this guy, you link to this guy, because they knew we come from far, so we're more like,
Yeah.
brothers.
Yeah, it's a family
Yeah.
altogether. So
Yeah.
it was easy for them to convince
It
you
was
to
easy.
come.
They told me, and there's something, all that. I was like, man, I'm good for it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. But also for me, I feel like, to be honest with you right now, I think a lot of fans that don't know, I didn't know the impact that my music had until I left.
Yeah.
You know?
Actually, that's very true.
Yeah, I didn't know
And I
that.
think also a lot of people started listening to your music more
Yeah,
when they noticed that you're nowhere to be
yeah,
found.
I didn't know, and it was amazing. It was kind of, I felt blessed,
Yeah.
and I felt, when people were sending me messages from Facebook. I'm not there. I don't. They, so when I never I don't really spend much time on the social media, because
Okay.
um, when you stay there much, you start thinking that that's what life is. And so I don't never want to be in that situation.
Yeah, yeah.
But people were sending me responses from people, say, man, look what this is what people are saying. And people were actually coming direct to me and telling me, man, why do you stop? What's going on? And okay, can we do this? Okay, so I I started feeling bad. I started feeling like, okay, I'm gonna do something. Let me see if I can. Because there was times like I was like, man, I don't even know where I have to come from. Like, I don't know how I have to start this or what I need to do. And I think with the new artists that are right now doing, the dynamics of how they understand each other is kind of different as well. So it's kind of, I have to um, understand everybody, like how artists work, how producers work,
Yeah.
how they work with each other. Because in my time, it was different.
Trending stars.
So right now, is it the throwback of Maskal or the comeback of
I think
Maskal?
it's it's the comeback.
Okay. Oh, yay!
It's
Okay.
like I have a lot of projects.
Okay.
I still want to do a lot more, music, trying to work with other, artists,
Artist, yeah.
but also, just to give people, a little bit more,
Of who you are right
Like I say,
now.
if you're not doing something that is gonna help other people, then you are a waste of time.
Okay.
We were put here to serve, So if I'm not serving, then I mean I'm a selfish person,
Yeah.
you know. And if I cannot do what I've been called to do here, that means the job is still there.
Yeah.
Nobody is doing it,
Yeah.
so I gotta do it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that people are not doing music, but I gotta. The few people that still want me to do something, I gotta do it.
Yeah. So during the time that you decided to now put out some music, the singles that you put out, and then now you started interacting and seeing how the Malawian industry is like, have you noticed any new cats that you like? And just tell us who those new people that you've noticed and you're like, I
Yeah.
think I could be able to work with this person.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Oh, well, man, there's been a lot of good music.
Tell me
I,
5 new artists that you have noticed or have seen and have caught your eye and also,
new artists,
yes.
not old artists.
Well, we'll get to the old artists when you mention the new artists.
Well, there's obviously Dreamo,
Okay.
uh, Uma, Praise
Praise
Umali.
Umali.
There's Airline
Ellen
GT.
Gichi, yeah,
Yes.
Ellen Gichi.
Who is this? Yeah, I mean, these are the pretty much the new that
Yes, these
they
are
were
the,
not there like
yeah,
when I
during
was.
your time.
Yeah, but I feel like there's really like there's a big change in the industry. I think right now people really understand more about music,
Okay.
how to support music, because when we were starting, we kind of like we were trying to like change it, because uh, people never. Okay, so when we were starting music, when I was starting music, people never really respected artists. You know, my my parents would never let me be an artist and take it as a career, as something that you can live, and and say, okay, this is what I'm living for, this is what I am. But right now, if you're a parent and say, you have a kid is telling you like I want to do music, if you see what they're doing, you would let them do it because
Yeah.
you've seen other people doing it.
Yeah.
So like with my time, I feel like it was tough for us to break that through that
Yeah.
time. Like to make companies,
Yeah.
be brand ambassador.
Yeah. I think also during that time, a lot of people were not embracing Malawi music.
Yeah.
It was really hard. Zimaoneka songa kuti, "Hey, awamamvera nyimbo za ku Malawi."
Yes.
Ngati it was something shunned upon.
Well,
like,
yeah.
"Hey, mbona zimvera nyimbo zina?" But
Ah.
right now, where we are right now, if you don't listen to Malawi music, you are the loser.
Yeah.
You're like, you don't know that there's something wrong with
There's
you.
something going
so
on.
we're lucky that we have reached the stage and the space where we love our music. We are so proud of our music. We can play it anywhere we
Anywhere.
want to play it, and
Right.
we are so proud of the music, which is a very nice space to be. And I should say, it's a very nice time for you to have your comeback.
Yeah,
at the same
it
time.
is. It is.
Okay, so when you're in the US, you have mentioned that you decided to cut off everything at some point. There are some questions where I wanted to just ask you, did you have an opportunity to get to have a glimpse of how the music industry is like in the state that you live? Which state do you live in, by the way?
Illinois.
Illinois. Did you get a chance to find out how some of the artists that live in Illinois work, or you completely were like, I'm doing me, I need to make sure that I am having food on my table,
Right.
and these other things are distraction right now, and this is not the reason why I came here? Or you did have that opportunity?
Well, it was a bit of both.
Okay.
I think, like over there, I think it's not easy,
Okay.
but it's not also not hard, because music it's already a country of music. So the only thing is you have to create like an environment where you create your fan base. So if you can create a fan base and people start like it and know that you're around, that's it.
There
It's the
you
same
go.
as here. Someone's like, you need to let people know that okay, I'm here. And life become easy when people know who you are.
Yeah.
Everywhere, everything that you do, business, a job, people go to school, they do whatever they have, but at the end of the day, they have to let people what they have,
Yeah.
not who they are.
All right.
So I think over there it was kind of a bit both for me because it was more like who I am, and then I find that person, and then I have to let people know
What is it that you
what
do?
I have, and then also I never really paid much energy to the music, more of it because I was looking at I'm growing up, I'll be 40, so I like, man, I don't want to be 40 and still like not knowing like where I am at, like so.
I mean, life begins at 40. You should have
That's
given
not.
yourself.
I don't believe that. I feel like
You should have given yourself a chance.
yeah. I feel like 40 is that's too late.
Yeah, that saying is misleading.
We don't it's you don't leave another active 40 years.
You're tired.
Yeah. So if you say you want to make sure your life is starting at 40, you'll be in a position where you'll be old and you still be wanting to be running around.
Yeah.
So there has to be a point where you're young, and when you reach at a certain age, you have to also understand that the other people that are coming, you have to help them understand how to get there and how to be in a position that you've been,
Yeah.
not to mess up if you mess up the way that you've done, or
Yeah.
to just to help other people become better.
Yeah.
You know, so
Okay. Fantastic. So thank you so much. Now that we know it's the comeback of Maskal, quite exciting. What should we be expecting from Maskal, the artist? Should we be expecting a brand new name, the new Maskal, or what? Just to have give an idea of people that I'm here to stay now. I'm never gonna leave you again.
yeah.
And also, like, are you working on something? You've already mentioned that you want to work with some different artists, but the year 2024, moving forward, after we see your magic on stage, what should we be expecting from you?
So I think it's the I want to go with my with like where I am, the stage that I am. You know, I feel like I'm not young anymore,
Yeah.
and I cannot do things that doesn't represent me as a person. So music is gonna be the same, but maybe the maturity is gonna be different. And I know when you're doing something good, everybody is gonna follow, regardless
Yeah.
of young or
Yeah.
or older audience. The same as church, everybody goes to church. The same as like drama, everybody goes. So everybody listen to music, but it's about presentation. So I don't want to put a limit, but I don't want to. I think people have to understand also that it's been close to like 10 years.
Yeah.
So I cannot. When I was doing that, I was like in my 20s. Right now, I'm in my late 30s. So my presentation it'll be pretty much the same, but my delivery can be different because of the age that I am in. And I know people are gonna love it
Yeah.
because even the people that used to listen to me then, right now most of them they have kids, they have a family, they kind of different respect that they have for themselves. They do something that they never used to do back then, but it still reminds them who they really were.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to, because if I can get to that point, then the young ones will follow that because they're the kind of mature audience who's also looking at that. It's like I want to be like that guy. He he works in a bank. He has a job. He has a family. He has kids. So if you if you work on being in a place where you're making you're making other people better, everybody who wants to, some people wants to just get inspired by something. When I look at someone like the show that's going to happen tomorrow, it's going to have different type of people, different type of audience. People used to listen to the songs
Yeah.
way back then, but right now they're not in the same space, but they still love the songs.
Yeah.
So they want to come.
Yeah.
Trending stars.
All right, so my last question, this has been such a wholesome conversation. I should appreciate your openness to talk about things and your life as well, which you have said that you're a very private person, but you have opened up to us. And now we have the clear answers to what is it that you want to achieve and more especially why you left the country.
Yeah.
So my last question would be, when you sit down and look back and look around you, have you created the life that you, Masia, wanted to have and the life that Maskal wanted to have? And if anything, what would you have done different, or some of the things that you would have or want to do different?
Uh, well, I think, I cannot go back to anything that happened back.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. But also, I think I'm in a better place with what I've achieved, and I'm always blessed. I'm always thankful. You know, when I started music, he knows, and the people who knows me.
Okay, behind us, there's someone called Nakali.
Yes.
So when he says he knows,
Yeah.
Nakali knows what
Yes.
he's talking about. Okay.
There were times that when okay, let me say a little story,
Okay.
right? When I started music, I remember I went to a producer person. I had nothing, and I had conversation with him, and I said, "Man, I want to start music. If I don't make it right now, then I'm not gonna do music anymore." But I told him like, I don't have money, right? So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work with you. Whatever we're gonna make from this, then I will give you.
Okay.
All I'm just is to do is to do music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he understand me, and I'm always thankful for him for giving me that stage
Yeah.
to start doing. And like I say, like it's always about love. My music moved because of love, not because of you know anything else.
Yeah, you're a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, So there was him, Percy. There was Young K.
Yes.
He helped me a lot,
Yeah.
you know. And if you ask me, he'll tell you, man, like we could. If I was in town,
I think the legacy show should have been Maskal, Young,
yeah,
Hyphen,
yeah,
Pixie.
yeah. When I came here, he was the first person that I called. I have people that I know.
Look at you guys look alike, by the way.
Oh,
Have you ever
really?
heard that?
Yeah, he was the first person that I called. It's like, man, you need to come here, man.
Yeah.
If it's not about this music, but just
Yeah.
to have you around, just makes me feel good.
Amazing.
You know?
Oh, that's such
Yeah,
a...
and then every time I was in town, if I was with him, that means he has paid for transport. Yeah, that's how it was.
Yeah.
It was doing the album, and he said, "Man, okay, I'm doing the album and everything." So I said, "No, I'm gonna do it." But at the end of the day, it's like people have to understand. If I'm doing something, if you help me, i- i- if I'm too much selfish, then I'm not. It's not gonna help you.
Yeah.
Right? But if I'm gonna help you doing something, it's gonna help me too in return. So I knew that if I would work with him, it's gonna help me too. So he helped me be an artist. And I remember when I started doing it, and I reached somewhere where I started doing music, like I made it. I was making sure everywhere I was going, he was there.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever the situation, but sometimes it becomes hard when you're contracted with another record label. You have different
Yeah.
agreements, and then things started coming a bit different when I understand it. But I was trying to show people who made me know that I cannot forget them.
Yeah, you appreciate it.
You know, it was tough because I think right now life is kind of different when it comes to like music. I'm not saying it's easy, but there's a lot of social media, a lot of things
Yeah.
can be done on the phone.
Yeah.
So we was working. I remember I was working with person from Chirimba to all the radio stations in Blantyre to distribute my first songs. And I remember when we went to, so the last radio station was 101 FM up in Limbi.
Limbi, yeah.
Yeah, so I remember, so the first time we were disappointed. Yeah, the response from other, because they don't know us. They don't know us. So it was disappointing. And I remember we went there and we started walking back. And there were some DJs, man, they were like, some talking things were really helpful, hateful, like. So I was like, oh, that's fine. And then when we was driving back, walking back, and I remember we get to, there's a place like Likubula, okay. And then, okay, so when we was driving, we were walking up, we went to Radio 2, so there was Joy Nato. He was not in the office, but he said, okay, just leave it at the guard. I'll find it.
Yeah.
I said, oh, okay. So we left it, and then we proceeded, and then we were walking back, and then we arrived back in Chirimba, and I heard the song on the radio. The first person, uh, the first person to play the songs ever on the radio was Joy Nato. And then I was like, oh, that's the songs playing there. And then I was like, person asked me, how do you feel? I said, I don't know. It's just different, you know? And then I let the song play, and it was good. And then before that, I remember there was one of the person that I really have to also mention here is the late Kenny Clips.
Yeah.
That guy was awesome. There are people who really are just music.
Born
And
for
he
the
was
music.
music.
Yeah.
We were here in Lilongwe. Yankee again with
Was
him.
there.
So he got me here, and I think there was a kind of like an event. So we were outside. We were just talking. So I never knew Kenny Clips, and then we were outside, and then this is a good story. I think I never hesitated in a story, right? So this is one of the stories. So we were outside, and then he was just looking at me. He was like, "Who is this guy?" And then he asked me, say, okay, so what music do you do? And then, Yankee helped me, like, oh, so he's the one who is in what's Yankee's song, photo book.
But okay.
And Utawaleza.
Yeah, Utawaleza.
And yeah, so okay, so you have your own music. I said, yeah, I have. So
Wait,
that time,
you're the one that sang Utawaleza,
Yeah.
Kuwalanga. That was you?
Yeah.
All the time I thought it was Hyphen trying to do the harmonizing.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, that was
Interesting,
That was
okay.
some good times.
Yeah, that song is, I don't know, what's the word? What is it? It's timeless.
Yes, timeless.
Yes.
Timeless. And people don't understand, but I have to go back and listen to that album, First Impression of Yankee. I think, for me, I feel like it's everything.
Yeah.
I still listen to that song. I have my brother. Every time he would come. I live with my brother in the U.S. He could play his album over and over. Yeah. And so he came and he listened to that time. I think I had 4 songs. I had Udalire, Kuala Kwago, Ndefeyo Artist. Those songs I just released them. And but that time I was still talking to be with Ndefeyo. So I was, and then he listened to the songs, and then he taught me. I cannot remember. I remember everything. They say, mark this day. You are going to be Malawi best thing. Then I was a nobody. I never had nothing, and I was like, whatever, man. I don't know what you're saying, but say, mark this day. You're gonna be the next big thing. I didn't understand it then, but he knew. I think because he was a DJ and he knew everything in front of me. He said, mark this day. I promise you. I'm telling you. He said, give me this song. So I gave him one of the songs that I think there was Cinema Gokonda, and there was another one that came out early. Then he started playing the songs without no money, without nothing, just out of love. So all these people, and there was another guy at 101. He was doing Goelo beats.
Who was doing Go a little bit then?
DJ Chris, yeah. All these people. It was not because of money, it was just love. I couldn't even afford to call them, no.
There's this thing where when a person sees talent,
Yeah.
it's very easy to support that person. When you see someone that has passion and talent
Yeah.
mixed together, people will invest in you, which is what is happening right now also. A lot of
Right.
people are investing in people when they see the talent and
Talent,
the
yeah.
passion. So I think that's the case that was happening with you
Yeah,
as well.
I was like, and then when that started, and it was music, it was good music. It came in the right time, and people were just looking to see something good, and boom.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is something. So one is something that I would always appreciate. I don't take it for granted to all the people who helped shape my career and shape me personally, just as a person. I don't take that for granted ever.
Yeah, amazing. All right, Maskal, this has been fantastic.
Oh man, it has been.
I'm
This is the first interview.
in a long time, and I'm so humbled, really, because wow, thank you so much. You took us back.
Yeah.
You really took us back
Right.
to a lot of things. I'm pretty sure Nakali as well is happy that you
Yeah.
took him back to the good
It's a
old days.
journey.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
It's a journey. So we're hoping that you stay in the country for quite some time, get to interact with people that you were best friends with at the same time. And we do hope that this is the beginning of something amazing,
Yeah.
something new. And we hope for you to be making these trips to your motherland regularly, so you can connect with your fans here as well. And we hope to see that in the US as well, you are pushing the Maskal brand to, you know, to other people as well, so they should appreciate the Malawian culture and the Malawian music. You're carrying the flag for us there in Illinois State, and we're very proud of you.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Maskal. Masie.
Yeah.
I think we interacted with Masie more than
Yes.
we Maskal at
Yes.
the end.
Right now, I think people will be really interested to really. I think people didn't really. I think people, when they talk things that they talk, I think because they know Maskal,
Yeah.
but also because it's just media narrative. And you know, I think, like you say, I can say this is the first big interview
Yeah.
that I've had in years.
Yeah.
That people will actually start to know. I think if I think I'm gonna have a couple more interviews,
Yeah.
but this they will know really who this person is.
Yeah. You saw it here first, though, at Zodiak TV, by the way. But
Yes.
thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Maskal, also known as Masie, or I should have done the other way around. Masie,
Right.
also known as Maskal, who is here in the country to have one of his big shows in I don't know how many years. We're very excited to see him back on stage to give us that good music, those gems that he released before Udaride, all those songs that you love. If you love Maskal, definitely make sure that you attend almost each and every show that he's gonna, you know, be at, because he's still in the country. And we have gotten to understand his thinking capability, where he wants to be, who he wants to be, and also just the maturity of his music and where he's going. Thank you so much. Our special trending star, Maskal. My name is Priscilla Kairansane. When we're talking to another special guest, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see each other later. Remember, you saw this interview here first on Zodiac TV. I'll see you guys later. Ciao. Bye.
Thank you.
Trending stars.